Hi guys, so today I'm coming to you with a story time. This story time is going to be about the time that I had a really crazy Ouija board experience. So yeah. So this story takes place in 8th grade, around my birthday, which is in January. I had a sleepover for my birthday, and I invited 3 of my best friends to, hold on, oh, okay, to come over and spend the night. And so a few months before, I want to say it was like November, this girl who was a grade under us had a sleepover, and they had done like a Ouija board, and it was so scary and blah blah blah. And so one of my friends, we'll call her Marie. Marie had gotten a Ouija board from like Toys R Us. They sell Ouija boards at Toys R Us. And it like glue in the dark, and it was so cool and whatever. So they came over, and it was like nighttime. And when one of my friends had got dropped off, we'll call her Renee. When Renee got dropped off, my dog had went up to her dad. She was loving him, you know, giving hugs and kisses and whatever before he left. So we did some Just Dance, we took some pictures, we just had like a lot of fun. And so Marie was like, oh my gosh, let's do the Ouija board. And I was like, I'm not feeling doing that at night, because I don't know what a Ouija board is or how it works, and I don't want to scare myself, and I don't like scary things in general. So I was like, maybe not tonight. So that night we're actually walking my dog, and it was all 4 of us. We're walking my dog. We're going down the street from my house just to let her pee and poop and whatever. And so we're walking, and this is a group of 4 like 13 and 14-year-old girls just walking down the street. So we're walking, and this white truck pulls up to us, slows down, and rolls down the windows, and we booked it. Like, we ran. Like, no questions asked. We didn't care what they were pulling over for, stopping for, rolling down their window for. We weren't taking any chances, and we booked it back to my house. So the next day, my mom was cooking dinner, and you know, the sun is out, it's a bright shining afternoon, so we're like, you know, let's do the Ouija board now since Amani's never done it. So I said, sure, let's do it, let's go. The first time, we did it like 3 different times, 2 or 3 different times. And we opened the windows, because my friends were like, you know, having open windows invites spirits in. And I was like, well, that's fucking scary. I don't want to welcome spirits in. But okay, I'll run with it. I did not want to touch that freaking board. I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's gonna do. I'm saying that, I'm like, I'm gonna hold my dog, and you guys can do that, because I'm scared. Like, hey babe. So they're doing the board, and I don't remember what the spirit said its name was, but literally while they were doing that, my dog was just barking. And at first I thought it was because she saw something outside, or she heard something outside, but she just kept barking. So they had asked the spirit, you know, can you make the dog stop barking? When my dog gets petted, when someone pets her, she kind of like relaxes and she rolls over. So I'm literally like cradling her like a baby, and she's just rah 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 rah. And so they were like, you know, can you get the dog to stop barking? So she's like barking, and then she stares, and she's like growling, and then she just goes like that. And I was like, it was like she was like getting petted. Like she felt like someone scratching her belly. And I was like, no, I don't like that. So I put her down. And so I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. So we stopped. And then, you know, they talked me into it. I was like, okay, we'll do it. So literally in my closet right here, like I'm looking at it, we sat down in the floor of my closet. And my closet's not big. Like altogether, it's like, it's not big. Like it's not like a walk-in closet. Like it's a very small, shallow closet. So cleared the floor of it, sat down, and we're doing like this little Ouija board. The ghost or whatever that they were talking to before came back, and we were like, so you know, how old are you? What's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And so this spirit, whatever, is talking to us. And then my friend Marie goes, you can't take your hands off of the little thing. And so that freaked me out. And so as this thing is moving, I'm like, who's moving it? Who's moving it? Who's moving it? They're like, no one's moving it, blah, blah, blah. And so the other girl who was there, let's call her Kat. Kat, she wasn't like as into the whole thing as Marie and Renee were, but she was still like, she's done it before at the other girl's sleepover, and so whatever. I was the only person who had never, ever touched one of those things in my life. So we're talking to the ghost or whatever, and then it like goes in circles and then it stops. So I was like, who's doing that? Like who's doing this? And the scariest thing that freaked me out was my mom's in the kitchen, she's cooking, and her door's right next to mine. So we hear the boom, like the door had been like slammed shut. And so all of us threw the board into the closet and got up, and I opened my door and I was like, and my mom was sitting on the couch, but from the boom to when I got to the door, she had time to walk down the hallway and sit on the couch. So I opened my door and I'm like, hey Mom, did you just come out of your room? And she was like, no. And I was like, so you've been sitting there for a couple minutes? Yeah. You didn't just shut your bedroom door? No. And so I was like, well, did you hear like a bang? And she was like, no, I don't. What are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with you? I was like freaking out. Like, what was that, you know? So at this point, I am freaking the out. Like, I am freaking out. I'm like, I do not want to touch this thing anymore. I don't want to be near it. I don't want it in my house. But what did I do? I sat back down and I put my hands back on that board. So I'm literally like low-key freaking out. All of us are. But we're like, okay, we're gonna keep going. We're like we have to figure out what that thing was. And we took our hands off of it without saying goodbye, which is like, they told me that if you take your hands off of it without saying goodbye, that it like releases the spirit. So I was like, oh my god, we just released the ghost into my house. Oh my god, I'm freaking out. And so then we get back on the board and we're like, is anyone there? And it goes to yes. I was like, you know, somebody is moving this and I don't like it. So I went to yes. And we're like, who is it? But it was a different name than the person, ghost, whatever, that we were talking to before. And I was like, what is that? And so it was saying like, I have whoever that we were talking to before in the attic, and if you don't help her, I'm gonna kill her. And I'm like, well, she's already dead, isn't she? Like, isn't she already dead? I was like, I don't like this. No. And then, you know, we're all like, you know, we have to help her. She's stuck in the attic and he's hurting her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why am I believing this bull right now? So to my mom and I was like, hey, she was making Alfredo. I remember she was making Alfredo. And she was like, I don't have a lot of broccoli for the Alfredo. Is that okay? And so Marie was like, well, I really like broccoli. So my mom was like, oh, well, I'll just run to the store and go get more broccoli. And so we're like, yeah, we'll be fine. She's like, are you sure? You know, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, it'll be a quick trip. You'll be back in no time. So she leaves. While all of this is going on, my dog is going the off. Like, she is barking up a storm. Like, something is around her that she does not like, and she wants it gone. Like, she was going off. And when we were talking to this person that was supposedly hurting the person that we were talking to before, it's a jumbled mess. She was staring at the closet. Not the closet. My dresser that was across the room. She was just staring at it. And so she was barking, and I opened the door to let her like out into the living room, and she bolted. And then when we went into the living room, we were walking back to my room after my mom left, and usually my dog would just go into the room, whatever. But she would not walk down the hallway unless one of us was in front of her. Like, she would not go back to my room. And Marie's phone, she had left her phone in my living room. And I remember because all of us saw that phone on the living room floor. It was on the living room floor because she had just finished texting, calling, doing something on her phone when my mom said that the Alfredo was ready. And so all of us went into the kitchen. All of us were standing in the kitchen, talking, eating, having some lemonade or something. And we went back into the living room, and her phone was gone. Like, every single person that was in that house was in the kitchen getting food. Her phone was gone. It was nowhere to be found. So we were like, where's your phone? Like, you left it in here when we walked into the kitchen. All of us remembered that she had her phone on the living room floor before we walked into the kitchen. So where's the phone? We're in the kitchen, we're eating, the phone's gone. We're like, where's the phone? So we're searching the kitchen, searching the living room, because we knew that she walked into the living room with it, for a fact. But we could not find the phone. So we went back in my room, and the phone is in my dresser. Yep, it was on my dresser. And this big bear that I have, it was in its lap. The phone was in the bear's lap. I don't like that. So earlier I said when Renee got dropped off, my dog was in love with her dad. Like, she was in love with her dad. Renee's dad came to pick her up, and my dog would not go near that man. She just stared and barked and barked and barked and barked, and she would not come near him. And we were like, what made her have like this sudden change of heart? Like, she just all of a sudden hates this man when she was just like in love with him. So everyone left. No, my sister was at her friend's house. My brother was at my dad's house, but my sister was away with her friend. I remember because after everyone left, my mom had to go pick my sister up. And I was like, I'm not staying in this house by myself, and I'm not leaving my dog in here either. So I was like, my mom got the call, was like, hey, Naisha's ready to get picked up. So we were like, yeah, my mom was like, yeah, I'm going to go pick up your sister. And I was like, we're going to pick up my sister because I'm not staying in here by myself. No, ma'am. And I was like, can we take Maya too? Because she was like, why do you want to take Maya? I was like, because, she misses Naisha. I was sitting waiting for my mom to get ready. And at the time we had a VCR. We didn't have a remote to the VCR. Everything you had to go up, push the button to get it to come out. Go up, push the button to make it fast forward, to make it play, to make it pause. You had to push the button because on the machine, because we didn't have a remote for it. I'm watching a movie, and the VCR has a tape in it, and it just spits out the tape, and then the tape goes back in. and then it spits it out again. I was like, and if you've ever had a VCR, you know there's no way for that tape to go in unless someone pushes it in. You have to, it goes, that's how a VCR goes. Like, it doesn't just spit out the tape, like, by itself. Yeah, I still to this day believe that my house is haunted, and that there's something in here. It may not be harmful, but there's something in here. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, give me a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!